Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here. And today we've got to talk a little bit about 4 sci-fi fantasy type of movies that are getting sequels. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to talk about 4 movies that are rumored to be getting sequels and are pretty much confirmed to be getting sequels at this point, with Mike DeLuca and Pam Addy having said that these are definitely something that they're interested in doing. So we're kind of going to talk about them a little bit. And the first movie is probably the most obvious because this is the newest one on this list, and it's not a surprise being how well this movie actually did at the box office. And that is Minecraft 2. We've got to talk about Minecraft 2 because the end of Minecraft sort of hinted at a sequel, and with the way that movie did in the box office, it should come as no surprise they're going to get this sequel out. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Minecraft, a lot of people who did said that this movie looked horrible. They didn't like the designs of a lot of the things. But yet, everybody went to go and see this movie. And that's how movies become hits. Well, when this movie came out, it was rumored this movie was going to be an absolute box office failure. And that's not what happened. Now, was the movie better than what I thought it was going to be? Well, you're going to have to wait for my review of the movie for me to tell you that. I am a little bit behind on some of my movie reviews. I wanted to get out a couple movie reviews of some recent movies that I've seen, a couple of the pop high horror movies, as well as Minecraft. And I will eventually get those out in short take little reviews, some sort of little short video like that. I will probably not devote an entire episode to them. But that being said, Minecraft was not on my radar in terms of some movie that I thought would instantaneously start getting sequel talk. But that's exactly what's happened. This movie has been garnering a lot of sequel talk this week. And like I said, it's all but confirmed that there will be a sequel to this movie. Now, the second movie on our list that we're going to talk about is Beetlejuice 3, because Beetlejuice was a hit. It was a hit for the box office, and a lot of people felt nostalgic about this movie. Sure, there were some people who didn't like the movie, but ultimately enough people liked it to make this into a trilogy. So now we have Beetlejuice, and whatever they choose to call the third one, which they might as well just call it Beetlejuice, right? Just making sure. But here's the thing. If they do call it Beetlejuice, then that tells us right there, that's the end of their trilogy. Where do you go from there? I don't think there will be more movies after the third one, but I do find it kind of cool that that movie could be getting a sequel that would in turn make it a trilogy of movies. I think that's an awesome thing for it. And with the success of the second Beetlejuice movie, so many years after the original came out, I think it's something that I could see really enjoying time and time again. Having all those movies in your collection and being able to binge watch them one after the other might be something that's a lot of fun. And that's what I look for in movies and movie sequels, is something that I can watch over and over and over again. And Beetlejuice under Tim Burton has that sort of vibe. Tim Burton is an expert at bringing us the weird and crazy, made up strange worlds. His Batman movies are so incredibly weird that they are still to this day the most talked about Batman movies of all time. Sure, you have the other Batman movies, and they're talked about for the Batman in the movies and the enemies in the movie. But if you want to talk world, you're talking Tim Burton. So anything that Tim Burton's willing to give us in terms of a crazy world, I'm always kind of down for. But when it comes to Beetlejuice, that always holds a special place in my heart. So I'm really kind of glad to hear that there is sequel talk about it again, that we could be getting a third film in this franchise. I think that's really exciting, and I can't wait to see if they do end up doing this because, like I said, they have confirmed they're working on a Beetlejuice 3. So whether or not that continues to happen or something goes awry, that's a whole nother story. But as of right now, that's a movie that is actually due to come out. Now, next up, we have to talk about Gremlins 3 because the Gremlins franchise is another one that's been dead for a long time. Sure, you had the little Mogwai cartoon show that aired, and that was kind of cute. That was a cute little show. You can catch that show on streaming and it's adorable. But is it the Gremlins special that we grew up with, that we all loved? No, it really wasn't the same. But if you did something along the lines of a sequel, where potentially we brought back Billy or Billy's kid, and they had to deal with the Gremlins. That could be exciting and it could be different, and if done right, it could take us right back into the world of Gremlins. Gremlins was one of those movies that was so epically good that it became a classic. And it is on my to-go-to list of movies that I watch every Christmas. Now, the second movie wasn't a Christmas movie, and some would say that it isn't as good. Now, I personally find it charming and funny, but to me, the original Gremlins is still the most iconic one. If they can capture that lightning in a bottle, if they can capture that type of vibe with this new Gremlins movie that's being talked about, then I could really see them doing this. Now, these are all things that Warner Brothers has said they're going to be doing. So I'm really excited to see if they are doing it. Now, this and Beetlejuice are kind of two things that I've heard the studio is excited about doing, that they're going to be trying to make this a thing. They're going to make it happen. And I hope that it really does. Now, last up on our list is Goonies 2. Goonies 2 is another one of those movies, just like Gremlins, where every couple of years we hear the sequel rumors start to be a thing. Jump aboard that sequel train rumor because here it comes again. Goonies 2 is being rumored to be getting done. Now, this should come as no surprise because they've been talking about it for so long. And a lot of the actors are willing to kind of reprise their roles. They enjoy playing them. Now, of course, they have said that they haven't received scripts yet, so this is not even something that has been scripted, but this is something that the studio is excited about moving forward with. As a side note, there is another movie on that slate that they talked about, and that was The Matrix. They want to do another Matrix movie, but I think that was inevitable kind of as well. I'm really excited about the movies that we've talked about here. The Minecraft 2 movie has to be a lot better. It has to have a certain charm or it's just not going to work. It's got to do something different from the first one, and yet whatever made the first one work, whether it was just that people thought it was going to be so meme-worthy and so strange, whatever made that work, they have to duplicate that with the second one. And then you have the idea that we're going to get a Beetlejuice 3, and that's got to feel the same too. That's got to have that same vibe. That's got to have something different enough to make it cool, and yet it has to feel like a Tim Burton movie. For that one, I really feel like Tim Burton is the only way to go, and if Tim Burton isn't involved in Beetlejuice 3, it's not going to feel the same. So as long as they can get Tim Burton and the stars of Part 2 to come back, then I think that a Beetlejuice sequel could work, and it could happen, and it could be awesome. And then you have Gremlins. And Gremlins is the most crazy on this list because honestly, if you have a Gremlins sequel after so many years, could you get the same actors back? Phoebe Cates is sort of retired from acting at this point. As far as I know, I don't think she's acting anymore at all. And if she is, she's taking a role here and there. Could she be persuaded to actually come back? Who knows? But more importantly, could they get Billy? Could they get Howie Mandel to do the voice of Gizmo once again? Yeah, that's right. Howie Mandel did the voice of Gizmo. And it is essentially the same voice that he did for Bobby's World. And there's your mind-blowing fact of this video. Bobby's World and Gizmo essentially have the same voice. But could they get them to come back? Could they get Howie Mandel back? Could they get the actor who played Billy back? And could they get Phoebe Cates back? And would they need to? Could they move on with something different and still make it feel great? Who knows? Then you have the Goonies. The Goonies is one of those that you have to have the original stars back. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. If you don't have those original surviving stars back, the ones that are still alive, you're not going to be able to do this movie any sort of justice. Now, of course, it can't be the Goonies as old men. It's going to have to be them with a younger generation taking over, with them sort of taking the background. But that's something that's scary as well, because while you want it to be a Goonies movie, can it be a Goonies movie and still sort of make those characters background characters? But that is where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking, because these movies have been pretty much confirmed by the CEOs over at Warner Brothers. They've been saying that these movies are going to get done. Now, if that's the case, which one of these movies excites you the most? As always, we want to know what you guys think. Make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation we're having. And then make sure you're hitting that like button. It's free. It helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.